Today's question: is it okay to take a loan to buy a car for personal use? I think we begin by agreeing that in the world of wealth creation, a car for personal use is a liability and not an asset, because it does not bring you anything either directly or indirectly, but it takes something away from you in the name of fuel, in the name of servicing, in the name of repairs, in the name of insurance and all that. Having said that, I think then it is important for us to consider the lesser evil. In the event that you have chosen to take a loan for buying a car for personal use, then allow me to share with you some of the tips that will help your experience be better than if you approached it blindly. Number one, make sure that you buy a car of your level. A car of your level is a car you can easily maintain. You can maintain without hassle, without it pushing you into unnecessary borrowing. You can be able to fuel it. You can be able to service it. You can be able to pay its insurance when it's due. So be your own person and take a car that you can easily maintain. A car whose maintenance, after you have repaid the loan or as you continue repaying the loan, whose maintenance you can still do without it affecting the core things that you need to do at home. You can be able to run your life as usual as you operate the car and as you repay the car loan. Number two, don't buy a car out of pressure. Buy a car because you need to, because you have your own reasons why you need this car. You know what it is going to bring to you. You are not buying because all your colleagues have bought. Number three, try to raise part of the money in the acquisition of the car so that you minimize your exposure to debt. Even if the lender has told you that they can finance 100% of the value of the car, or rather of the cost of the car, try to raise part of that money on your own. That reduces your debt exposure. Remember, I keep saying debt is not free money. And therefore, for you to incur any debt, you have to be certain that it is going to add you value. And if it's not adding you value, then you don't subject yourself to excessive borrowing because it might injure you in the days to come. Number four, borrow what you can repay comfortably. Borrow an amount that after repayment, you can still run your welfare, like I mentioned, without hassle. An amount that after repayment will not push you into more borrowing because you forgot to think about what that repayment was doing in your budget. And lastly, number five, if you can find ways of the car bringing you money once in a while, why not? Instead of staying with the car and sitting, or rather just letting the car sit idle in the parking lot, you drive it to work and you park it there. And the days you don't have fuel, you leave it in your area of residence for it to stay there doing nothing, gathering dust and taking monthly repayments from you. If you can find ways of the car once in a while bringing you an extra coin, it is a welcome move. As long as that thing that you will use the car to bring an extra coin is not something that is going to dent the car. It's not something that is going to leave the car worse than it was, or rather something that is going to push you into spending more to fix the car. So you're not going to subject the car into abnormal use, but you're going to subject the car into normal use while it brings you some money. Some people have deployed their cars to do some taxi business as they work. At the end of the day, they have a few shillings as they go back home. Some people do hire their cars out when there are events of friends, events of relatives, events of other people. Some people will consider giving the car together with their trusted driver, and the car is hired out. When it comes in the evening, it comes back with some money. All right, so think about it. If it can bring you a coin without necessarily calling for more from you, then it is a move that you need to think about. I hope this leaves you better in case you choose to take a loan to buy a car for personal use.